All right, it was a New Haven institution for decades, but 2 years ago today, Delaney's tap room burned to the ground, and that fire caused major changes within the New Haven Fire Department. News 8's Ken Pierce just spoke to Delaney's owner, and Ken, he thinks fire crews could have saved his business.
He does, Keith. Yeah, 2 years later, Peter Grem still says his bar and restaurant burned down because of mismanagement by the fire department. The fire that consumed Delaney's tap room started with a flickering of the lights.
So we just ran downstairs thought it was a fuse or something, and it was on fire.
Peter Grem's ran Delaney's for 14 years, but 2 years ago his dream went up in smoke. He says the firefighting operation was mismanaged.
The regular guys who ran into the building, they worked their butts off. They did their jobs, but I don't think the men in charge were handling it correctly.
The city and the fire department looked into what happened.
I think some of the weaknesses that we had found were some of the command structure and some of the command training, which was immediately taken under by the fire department.
There was also concern that firefighters' lives were put in danger because of conflicting orders from those chiefs. The head of the firefighters union says the department decided to adopt an incident command system, something the union had wanted for 15 years.
When you have 35 members operating on scene, it's impossible for one individual to command and control everything that's going on. The new system decentralizes command and allows the incident commander to be talking to other command officers.
Which begs the question, are the old system and the old chiefs the reason Delaney's burned down? Peter says yes, there were mistakes right from the beginning.
They were hindered by themselves without chemicals to fight an electrical fire.
Do you think if they had done it right, they could have saved your building?
I do. I absolutely do.
The union president says firefighters did everything they could.
This was a very old building, dated back to the early 1900s, possibly even earlier, and the fire was on every floor.
The end result is this, an empty lot where there had been a bar for at least 80 years. Peter now owns the Stone Hearth 2 blocks away. He talked about rebuilding Delaney's, but in 2 years, he says, he's only been paid a third of his policy value by his insurance company.
We're about to go to litigation. We've been trying not to go to the court system, but they just stall.
And Peter says if he were to get the full insurance payment, he would think about rebuilding Delaney's on the same spot, but he doesn't own the property. And since Peter doesn't know if he's ever going to get that insurance money, the property owner has now put the land up for sale. Live in News 8 Control, I'm Kent Pierce. Keith, over to you.